Good morning from a very cold and dark Mount Rainier National Park. This morning I'm going to be hiking to the Mount Fremont Overlook or Fire Lookout, which is from the trailhead here in Sunrise. I got here about half an hour ago and it's pretty dark, but I've decided I'm going to make a go of it anyway. The fog is lifted. It was 36 degrees as well, so pretty fresh. So I've layered up. I'm going to start the trail now. Just like my last video, I promise the footage will get better, but I won't film too much until it lightens up because you won't obviously see anything. But this is my view at the moment out of the car. So you can see the sky is pretty dark, but it is slowly getting lighter, and you can see the tree lines here. And this is the trail up to the Sourdough Ridge Trail, which is where I'll be taking it up over to Frozen Lake, and then the Mount Fremont Trail up to the peak. So coming up from the Sunrise parking lot, you'll climb up a series of steps, but it's really easily signed, and then the trail veers off to the left for the final push up to the Sourdough Ridge. And you can see, looking back, the headlights of hikers in the distance. That cloud is all down in the White River, and Mount Rainier is actually just here, but you can't see it right now. But it's getting a little lighter. It's so cold this morning. This is probably the first cold morning I've had hiking this season since, the summer, so it feels like fall is in the air. But this line here is the ridge, so I've almost made it to the first climb of the day. So the Sourdough Ridge Trail has a few points like this where you can look down into the valley on the other side of the ridge, and quite often I've seen mountain goats and lots of other wildlife in this area. I've already passed elk and coyote on the drive in, but as you can tell, it is completely fogged in, so I'm hoping that maybe it will have brightened up on my way back. But do peek down when you can, because you might see some wildlife, which is not for me today. So on I go. Now again, this trail is absolutely stunning, and on a clear day in this direction you'll get stunning views of the mountain, but obviously I'm in a cloud, so that's not going to happen right now, but maybe on the way back there will be some views. But I have got some other videos on this channel from this park, including the Burrows Trail, which also includes a section on this Sourdough Ridge Trail, so do check that out if you'd like to see how the mountain looks from here. Ooh, and there's a grouse on the trail. This is too funny. Are you hiking the same trail as me, Mrs. Grouse? They are so cute. She's really... I'm gonna hold back and just give her a chance to vacate. Oh, she doesn't want to. She wants to go the same way as me. And here's another one of those overlooks. So we'll have a little peer down. The fog has lifted slightly in this section. I don't think I see anything right now, but in the past, just down in this section, I've seen lots of mountain goats. I mean, you can see little spots of white, but some of that is rock and snow. But usually you can tell when it's an animal because it moves. But it is a very good spot to look out into, and it's just so beautiful. I mean, just seeing this untouched land really, where no hiking trail is down there, no camping is down there, so this really is just like untouched. I just hit a piker. I don't know if you could hear that on the camera, but hit a little meep. And they love this talus rock, so yeah, they'll definitely be all around here. But there is a spot that's very good for piker a little later on as well. So there's another trail section here. So this way you can go on the Huckleberry Creek Trail, and that basically leads you out of the park and over the ridge. But I'm going to continue with Sourdough Ridge with the Mount Fremont Trail, which is in this direction. So just in this section you can see a trail that's meandering around. That is the Wonderland Trail from Sunrise Camp, and that connects you on to the Burrows Trail. It's already starting to get a little bit lighter, and this is the rocky area where I usually spot piker, and I can hear them eeping already. So I'm hoping I'll be able to show you one. But you can see it's still completely fogged in, and I'm guessing it's going to be like it for a while. The wildflowers are still out, although they are past their peak. Right, so I'm going to be quiet now so you can listen to these piker. Run down there, but they'll be all over. So in theory the sun is up, although you would never know it looking at me. I'm so cold, but after this final stretch of the rocky section you come to this roped off area. The reason it's roped off is just beyond here is Frozen Lake, which is a domestic drinking source. So people aren't to go in it. So yeah, it's cornered off for safety. So the trail itself is just a little gentle slope up to the next trail junction. Get a good view of Frozen Lake, and then it will be up to Mount Fremont. I mean, up to this section of the trail it's really straightforward, it's not complicated, it's easy to follow, and normally you get insane views of the mountain and the meadows and the wildflowers, and it's gorgeous. But I kind of drew the short straw today with the weather, but it's still a good hike, and cloud mist can burn off at any point, so I still was determined to come up and do the hike today. I love this park, and the season's so short and I don't have many opportunities to come up, so when I do, I take them. So there's another helpful trail sign. Oh, and there's a chipmunk running behind. He's running off there. So yeah, from here you've got the Wonderland Trail, the Northern Loop Trail, Berkeley Park, the Burrows. So when you come and do the Burrows as a loop, you actually will either go this way or come back this way. Keeping with the theme of the day, this is Frozen Lake, so the trail that I came up is just here. And yeah, this is Frozen Lake. Not much of a view today, unfortunately, but you get the gist. And you can just see how on a clear day you would really get some lovely views of these meadows, especially when the wildflowers are in bloom. So after the lake you come to this trail junction, so this will take you on the Wonderland Trail down to Sunrise Camp. You've got the Burrows just up here, mountain goats love this ridge at the top as well. Wonderland Trail continues on this way, and that also links into the Northern Loop, and it's just on this side, flying solo to the Fremont Lookout. So it's 1.3 miles, and it's gonna dip briefly down, and then it's going to be climbing all the way back up. What's really frustrating is this hike is a lookout hike, and yeah, I mean, my enthusiasm is waning pretty quickly because I'm not going to see anything when I'm up there unless it lifts. This is actually the halfway point, so it's 5.9 miles from Sunrise up, so call it 6, and 900 feet of elevation gain, which isn't too bad over such an amount of miles. But yeah, from Frozen Lake, I would use that as a reference point of halfway. It's actually a little bit more than halfway, but I think if you use that mentality, it'll help, because this bit is obviously the harder part of the hike, being uphill. But I am just here now wondering why I'm actually bothering to do it. I mean, this video is probably going to get like no likes whatsoever. This is so stupid because I'm not showing you the hike, but there we go. Now also you can see just here, these would all have been wildflowers a little while ago, but it's the end of August and each year is different, but the season is winding down for the flowers now. Now it's worth me pointing out that this is not trail, so you really shouldn't go walking in. Stick to the trail and protect the fragile meadows. There's another view of Frozen Lake and a view of the lovely sky, and you can very faintly see that the trail is in front of me and starting its ascent right up ahead. So I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. Please do hit the like and subscribe button. As you climb a bit higher, there is a few trees dotted about and more of these rocky outcrops, and the trail meanders up. shape of the lookout is just there. And the gorgeous view. No, I was wrong. It's just some cool rocks. It's all screwy up here. It's so frustrating because you can almost see the sun and the bright light beyond the mist, but it's just not quite powerful to burn it off enough yet. But I'm still hopeful that I'll get some views on the way back. I'm being very optimistic with that. But obviously stick with the video and you'll find out whether I get any views and any goats today. But yeah, this section of the trail is all scree. So a few people have passed me coming down, and those people would have gone up for sunrise, which is a very, very popular way to do this hike. For me, I've done a few sunrise hikes, but because I film for you guys, it's a bit stupid when filming a sunrise hike because there isn't any footage that you can actually view of the hike other than the sunrise. So I prefer to not, if I'm going to do a hike like that, I won't film. But yeah, as you can see, this is all the rocky scree. I've not brought poles with me today, but they're always handy. If you have them and you can take them, why would you not? Like, they're super helpful. But still not really much in the way of knowing where I'm going. And this is where All Trails is really helpful. I'm not selling it, so don't worry, but you can just see I've just got this little section here to go, and I've done all this so far. Look at this ice sheet. So I've just crossed over to the other side of the ridge now for the last section of the trail. It's a lot busier up here, but I haven't got too far to go. And there it is, the Mount Fremont Lookout. Now ordinarily this would have been used as a fire lookout for people to spot fires in all the forests and mountains that you get a panorama of around here, but unfortunately not today. But it's really cool to get up close to it and see it anyway. So this is the shelter here at the top. So there is a couple of supplies in there and a ranger's jacket, but it's locked, so you can't go in obviously. And just like the Ptolemy Peak, that's another really cool one. My hair is absolutely soaking wet from the mist from these clouds. There's a cute chipmunk just running around down there, but literally this is the view. It's so shit. Like, it's really shit, but it's cool to get up here. I definitely think you should still do the hike. Hopefully the video has at least shown you what the hiking is like to get up here, even without the views, and in that way you can see the views for yourself when you do the hike. That's me really polishing a turd, isn't it? But yeah, I'm going to start hiking back because it is really cold. But if the views open up, I'll be sure to share them with you. But thanks for watching so far. Please hit the subscribe button. And yeah, sorry that I was such a disappointment today. Blame it on the weatherman. So I'm now back in the car. It was exactly 6 miles that I hiked, and I did it in 2 hours and 11 minutes. And as you can see from the view from where I parked this morning, there is still some cloud. It's cleared up just here, but the mountain which is there it's still hidden. So yeah, wasn't to be today. Maybe next time.